Hey everybody, it's Jamie from Plum Island Sea Cabin. It is a beautiful brisk morning. We are so excited to be here. It is a little after 8 o'clock in the morning. We are here for the 10 o'clock low tide, so we always show up a couple hours before that. We pretty much own the beach. The tide is out really far. It's a nice, peaceful morning. It is super cold. We are in our winter jackets. My car door was frozen shut this morning because it was 29 degrees when I went outside. You could see your breath. It was really cold. All of that New England goodness. But we are here to shell this beach today. I will show you our plan of attack. Let me show you. This is the beach this morning. It is fantastic. We pretty much own it. There is nobody here. I mean, look at how far the tide is out already. Usually these rocks are completely submerged underwater during a high tide, but we are 2 hours from low tide, so you can imagine what it's going to look like at 10 o'clock. So we're going to be shelling these rocks right here and then going further down the beach. Kim is right down there, and she's going to be shelling the rack line. You can see there's like some good stuff piling up over here, but that goes all the way down that rack line down there. So she's going to be working that, and then we're going to meet up further down the beach. So we are super excited to be here. Let's go shelling. So these rocks are chock full of stuff this morning, and there are a few things down here right from the start that I'm very excited about. I see a really good sized basket whelk. If I can just get a good footing here, can go in and grab it. But look at the size of that. Here, let me walk over to some solid ground. Look at this basket whelk. Look at how large that is. I mean, that is almost as large as the tip of one of my fingers. They generally aren't that large. There is no one home, so this is fair game. So we're going to add this to our collection. But what a great first find for today. I'm excited to see what else these rocks have to offer, and let's keep going. So just to give you our bearings, we are right on the edge of the rocks where the ocean meets the shoreline. And down here I see a very large, almost looks like a mega moon. We're going to go in, check it out. But we are coming upon winter, which is huge mega moon season because of all the storms and everything that churns up the bottom of the water. Totally makes the ocean super rough. So let's grab this. That is a good sized moon. Let me get it in some better light for you. So there we go. I have my back turned towards the sun right now. Let a little bit of that sun in, but create mostly shadows, so you can check that out. Some really good markings on there. And it is a good size. So that is a good mega moon score. We will keep that for our collection and see if we can find some more. Looks like a nice dog whelk down. Ooh, nice dog whelk. And I don't know if you see it, but there is a little sand dollar down here as well. So we're going to pull both of those out for you to take a look. So I'll put this moon down that we just found. This is the dog whelk. See if anybody is home. There is a little hermit crab in there. So we will put this one back in the water. But There's also, there you go, there's also a sand dollar down here. I don't want to break it when I take it out. See if I can jiggle this rock out of here. It's very little, teeny tiny. So I'll move this into a less sunny location so you can take a look. Cute little sand dollar that was down there. I was surprised by it when I saw it. I actually went down there to grab the dog whelk, and then we saw this cute little sand dollar sticking out there too. So of course we had to grab it, get a better look at it. I am going to leave it here because I don't have my shell bag with me today and I don't want to crush it by accident. So we'll leave it here in the rocks, maybe for another sheller to find. So I'll give you a 20 on our location again. I am down here kind of wading through the water at the edge. And to my left, I see some really cool moons that are in the rocks. See if I can zoom in a little bit for you. So there's a broken one jammed in the rocks right there, but there's a whole one right there. And we're going to see if we can go grab that. But then we're going to come back here and wade through the water on the perimeter, almost to where that seagull is right there. And then we're going to cut across the rocks and meet Kim on the beach up over there. So a lot of people ask me, see if I can talk and walk at the same time. A lot of people ask me how I can wade through the water in 29-degree weather. And for some reason, I don't know why, but my feet never get cold. As long as I have my hat on, my feet are pretty good. So, ooh, okay. So something really cool that I want to show you. We're on the way to get those moon shells, but there's also a sand dollar. I don't know if you can see it, wedged in the rocks right where the sun hits that barnacle covered rocks, right to the tip of that. There's a sand dollar there. And then looking down right here, it looks like there's a super old mega moon, and I'm hoping it's fully intact because these are really cool when I find them. They're really thick and really rustic. See if we can get this out without breaking it or having to get our screwdriver assistant. Oh, it does have a break in it, but that would have been so cool. We might knock the mud out of it and take it anyway because it looks like it's going to have some really cool earth tones to it. And look at how thick that is. So let's take this with us. Let's go get the other ones and that sand dollar we see. Okay, there's actually 3 moons here. Let's put this one down that we just found. Put the one that we found earlier that looks super small compared to the one we just pulled out of the ground. So there are a bunch of things down here, and I'm trying to figure out a good plan of attack. So that sand dollar we were going after over here is actually broken. This moon is broken, but it would have been a really good size. That moon over there, we're going to grab in a second, but I did see another one, and I'm trying to figure out where I saw it. Right down here, by me feet. Let's see if I can get this rock out. It's a smaller size moon, and it looks like the only thing we might be able to salvage out of all of that beach loot would be this moon right here. So that's a really good size. We will rinse this off, including the other moon that we found down here that has the break in it, just because we want to see the colors on it. And it's super old, and I do like looking at those. So I will be right back. Okay, so my hands are freezing. My feet are fine, but my hands are freezing from holding these shells. When it's this cold, it actually feels like you're holding giant ice cubes. You can see how my hands get a little bit red here. So we're gonna rinse these off, give you a better look. So there's one. This will clean up nicely in some peroxide and water. Let it soak for a couple days in that and it'll be really good. This is that giant one we found out there. It does have a little bit of a break in it, but we almost don't mind it just because it's so old. It's gonna clean up really nice. This one I might put in a little bit of bleach because I feel like it needs a little bit of extra help to get clean. So that's two. And then this was that first one that we found earlier. So those are three really nice scores. I can get some of the sunlight off of it. Put it over here for you. That's a little bit better, blocking the sun with my back. Those are three really nice moon scores, super big, and they're gonna clean up really nicely. They don't look too pretty now, but they're gonna be really beautiful. So we'll take those home, clean them up, and I'll give you a view of what they look like later. So we made it to the other side of the rocks. I am standing on a little beach right here, right before the edge where the ocean is. Give you a little location status update. But the plan is to shell along these edges here and then cut across to Kim. Pull out some of the rocks around it. See if I can get this free. Don't know if I can. Might abandon it. Although it is wiggling a little bit. And I'm not a quitter. See if we can get this out in one piece. And see if it's worth the work. Oops. Could be very nice. We will wash that off in just a moment. This is a gorgeous shell. Check that out. That is tigery with that black and orange look to it. The only thing that would make this shell better is if it was mega, but I'm kind of digging the size of it. It is nice and small and beautiful. And there's a good amount of water on the opposite right side of the rocks. We came from over there, and now we are here. And we're gonna walk through this water buildup to see what we can find. So the water helps move the rock and the sand and everything and shifts things around, moves things so that it exposes the shells. So that's why anytime I have the opportunity to walk through a section like this, I take it because I find a lot of things in here. Occasionally I'll find like a sea urchin, different things, different unique things. I usually stay away from it if I see a bunch of people shelling it. If I see that, then I leave. But if it's just us, I stay. And today, it's just us and that little seagull down there. So we stay. And hopefully we find something awesome. Cool piece of glass down here. Has some markings on it. Not enough to identify anything. I mean, that's 76, 75 or 76. I think I need better glasses. But that number in the upper right is usually the year. So I'm guessing the bottom of this bottle is from 1976. That's usually how the date codes work. Don't quote me on that because I don't know what type of bottle this is. But from my experience, that is usually how it works. Okay, over here, this is a gnarly shell, but I feel like it's going to be a good example to show you the slipper shells and how they behave. So let me see if I can pull this up. Yeah, here's a good one. So this is an Atlantic surf clam, and here living on it are some slipper shells. So slipper shells, this is the Atlantic slipper shell, and they are a form of limpet, and they usually cluster together. And what's interesting about the slipper shell is when they're born, they're males when they're small, and then as they get older, they become female so that they can reproduce. So it's an interesting little fact about the slipper shell. They usually, when they're mating, usually find them stacked one on top of each other, but that's a good close-up look for you. And that's why it's important to leave some shells at the beach. I mean, these live on rocks, they live on shells. I've seen them live on glass bottles. They live on each other. They are like an opportunistic creature. They will live on whatever they find. But it's a cool little find, so I wanted to share that with you. I see a nice blue moon down here, jammed between these rocks. Rinse that out. Look at how dark and deep blue that is. I do love that, and I'm hoping that this holds its color. But it may turn orange. We do not know, and only time will tell. But that is a nice score and a nice find, nonetheless. Check out this giant tide tree. It's huge. Give you some scale here on my feet. It is pretty large. Good sized tide tree. I don't want to mess it up for anybody else that is walking by it. But look at all these little branches coming off of it. You follow it up. You can see all the little branches branching off, reaching for the upper rack line. So cool. What a beautiful tide tree. If I can zoom out and get it larger there for you. But that is gorgeous. So glad we stumbled on that. Here's another amazing tide tree. Look at this. I love what water and the tides do to the sand. Let me back up around this for you. Get you a better look. That is incredible. The tide trees are absolutely magnificent today. So the tide is starting to reveal a bunch of broken sand dollars down here. So we are in sand dollar territory. And you know what that means. Once we start seeing a bunch of broken ones, we should be finding some whole ones as well. Because the water is going out, pulling and exposing. So like this one here, perfect example. Water's going out, pulling all of that sand away, exposing these awesome, amazing sand dollars. So definitely in sand dollar territory. And you know that when you start seeing all the broken ones on the beach. So keep that in mind. If you start seeing a broken sand dollar here and there, keep your eye out because it won't be long before you come across a whole one. Like this gorgeous one right here. following some massive tide trees down here, and it looks like there's a giant moon sunken into them. This could be an awesome score. That's a good sized moon. That is going to clean up very nice. You can see there's a lot of coloring in there. It does have a little bit of a fracture at the aperture, but not too bad. Great find for the upper beach. Usually we find these, we're pulling these out of the rocks. But that is a nice find while we were up here checking out those tide trees. So we'll definitely be keeping this for our collection. Oh my goodness, look at this tiny, 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 tiny deep sea scallop shell. Look at how tiny that is. That is bananas. So super little compared to how big they get. What did you find? That's what I just found.
Get out.
Look, same thing.
My God.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Let me see yours. That's crazy. That is so cute.
Isn't it cute?
Oh my goodness, I can't believe we found like the same type of shell at the same size at the same time. Crazy. What, this one?
Sure.
Oh my goodness, look at all those baby sand dollars. They're so cute and teeny tiny. That is so cute.
I know.
I'm gonna take a picture.
Awesome.
Took a picture of it too. Which one's your favorite? I have my favorite. I'm not gonna lead you though. Which one's yours?
This one.
Mine's the one right next to it, the last one. Yeah. I love that one. Little cute stuff.
I love these. You know,
Yeah, I love the blue mussels, and especially like the ones like that because they have those vertical rays on them.
Yes, yep. Down the water and over the rock.
Okay. That is beautiful.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, that is
love it.
really nice.
Yeah.
I love that. Can you flip that for me? Love
I
the
know,
insides
gorgeous
too.
color. Yep.
Really cool. Nice finds, Kim. Nice
Thanks.
finds. Yes.
To be continued.
Let's go. I do love the little Atlantic surf clams. They have a lot of really cool markings on them. And I will see you next time we hit the beach. Bye.